Yeah. So what? It's your boy, Bits and Bobs. So, guys, obviously, I need to put some egg in my face. It's a match review: Manchester United versus Arsenal. We got Blacks, we got Marissa, we got Codes, and we got Ads in the building. Let's just get into it, guys. Let's get into it. Marissa, ladies first, yeah? So I'm going to let you. I see you smiling.
So, yeah, it's a beautiful day, isn't it?
What did you think of the game, Marissa?
Excellent stuff. We could have scored more than one. It was, El Neni was excellent. I think he's been really good since coming back from loan. He's clearly what Arteta's telling him he's doing. He's working well. Party, obviously, he brought the party, He had the music to warm him up last week, and this week he really got into the game. And I think we should have scored more. Aubameyang, you had all the names for him. All the
names. Everyone, if you're not speaking, put your mute on mic. Yeah. Go.
Go on, Marissa. All the names for Aubameyang, and that's the one you remember now. That's the danger. He scored the goal. Yes, we saw it coming. Aubameyang, he did the business. And we've got our first Old Trafford in 14 years. Oh, gosh. What a relief. Wonderful.
Yo, Marissa, thanks for that. Don't
worry.
Yo, Blacks, man, what we saying? What are you thinking about the game?
Don't get me started, man. Where do I start, man?
Take your time, bro. Don't worry about it.
First win at Old Trafford in 14 years in the league. First win. It felt, when you see Pogba, yeah. When you've got like an older brother in like year 11 and you're in year 9 and your older brother lets you come play football because man them.
Yeah.
That was like Partey and Pogba. He was like, yo, little bro, like, we will come kick ball with Milo. Like, relax. This is year 11. You're the year 9. You get me? It was a masterclass, man. It was like, yo, little masterclass. I don't know, man. Arteta got that formation spot on. He knew what he was doing. He knew how to neutralize your midfield. He knew how to neutralize the pace you've got up top. He just, every area was covered. It was covered. From the first minute to the 90th minute, that was probably one of my favorite Arsenal games in years.
Favorite Arsenal game? Really?
One of.
Are you okay? One of. Okay.
Years.
You guys got the W. Okay. So I'm gonna go around with everyone. Yeah. Coach. Yeah. Let me get your opinion. What did you think of the game, man? What did you think of the game?
Partey was good, but we made his life so easy for him because
I agree.
You see the passing, yeah. From the first minute, you saw the passing was so pants from everybody. Like, and it's one of them ones where I said it to Delulu Guna. I said to him, if you allow Partey to play his game and just give him an easy ride off the ball, he's going to kill you. He will destroy you. And we're playing passes into space to nobody because positioning was poor. Players were not in the right places. The link up was not there. Bruno's 100%. Passes stank. Pogba beat 2 or 3 players, then his pass will stink. McTominay's been stinking from the day he joined the club. Fred is another one that stank. Greenwood's 18 years old, but let's call a spade a spade. He absolutely stunk at the joint as well. Like it was just quite frankly a stinky performance. And you know how I know it's very stinky. When I have sympathy for Lindelof and Maguire, that's how you know that it was shocking because they would actually do their job quite well, give it to someone else, and then we give our position straight away. It was that kind of game. And then when you have time to get the ball out, we dilly-dal, pass the ball back to De Gea. What's he going to do? He's going to have to hoop it away, and what happens? We lose the ball again. Arsenal didn't have to be good. Arsenal just needed an opportunity at some point, and they got their penalty.
No, let's not do that. No, let's not do that. Let's give credit where it's due. It's a
Okay,
credit where
if
it's
you,
due,
all
bro.
right, Black, all right, you know it's about you, yeah. You don't do podcasts, and I know you win. Now you're back here. Listen, let me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish. Yeah, I've got this guy. He did my podcast like 2 years ago. I ain't seen him anywhere else. You team win, you're here now. I see you. I clocked you. Yeah. But no, I'm not saying that you guys. I'm not saying that you guys don't deserve the win or like I'm not gonna take credit from you. But from my standpoint, from my team, if we're gonna lose with some class. You know what I'm saying? Don't let Arsenal like not have to play stupendously well and yet look like they've outclassed you. Do you know what I'm saying? Like Partey, no credit for him. Partey was phenomenal from start to finish. Partey was phenomenal, but you got to make life difficult for Arsenal's defenders, and you got to make life difficult for their forwards. And you didn't do that. The one time we got in behind, Rashford played a nice pass to Greenwood, but Leno is a good save. He's near post. Just cover that post and make sure it doesn't go anywhere else. Good save.
Yeah,
that's it. That's the only thing I can think of where I thought we had a chance. Other than that, it was too easy. So United should be ashamed. Yeah, United should be ashamed. And Arsenal, they deserved it 100%. There's no argument towards that. So simple as that for me, boy.
No, thanks, coach. Yeah, no, I agree with you. Yeah, the party thing. Yeah, I don't think. Ads, I'm going to come to you actually before I go in. Ads, unmute your mic for me, bro. What was your thoughts on the game, man?
It was embarrassing and it shouldn't have happened, but it did. Obviously we were on our run. We beat RBL 5-0. I feel like the younger generation of our fan base are a little too gassed that we beat them 5-0 and then thought we were just going to slap up Arsenal. I said to a few of the lads, I said, we'll lose this game. They said, no, you're on a good run of form. Even the mutual fans as well, they're saying, yeah, you'll win this game. Listen, it's just that I was so disappointed. Look at the formation we set out. It was a nice, strong formation. The players were the right. The only differ is why is McTominay starting over Matic and why is he playing in an RCM position and putting Fred as a DM? RCM is Fred's spot any day of the week, and that's where you see the best of him. Yeah, you can't switch him up in these types of games. And yes, I predicted we lose, but people are like, "No, Ad, you're being too negative." No, it's called being realistic. 100%. This is Arsenal. They know how to take advantage of teams when they're on runs, and once they've been losing games, they know how to capitalize and start winning these games, the big ones. And they did that yesterday. They completely dominated us.
It's thanks for that, man. What I'd say, you know what, I agree with everyone here. To be honest, it's just, man, we lost to Arsenal, man. Like real talk, we lost to Arsenal in the manner we did. We lost to Arsenal, you know. And Blacks, I see you smiling. You, Marissa, I see you smiling. Yeah. Do you know what? I'm gonna take all the smoke because. But what I wasn't happy about with Code yet is the way we got beat. Arsenal got the tactics right, hands up. But you guys didn't play amazing. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, Partey will never have an easier game. Never have an easier game. Elmani, who I was calling Elmo yesterday, basically ran the show. Elmani, yeah, shouldn't even be on your bench, never mind your starting lineup. And he's like bossing Old Trafford. Nah, of course we were gonna lose. Of course we're gonna lose.
But bro, sorry to cut you off here, but I don't know why United fans are getting so triggered. Listen, I mean, Black is in a group chat with me. He knows how I am with it, but listen, the last 4 games we've had at Old Trafford, yeah, all London teams have come. What has happened? What has happened? Listen, it's the theatre of London, the theatre of nightmares, whatever you want to call it, bro. Yeah, like this is not surprising. This is not new. And the other team that came to embarrass us at Old Trafford was a draw, but they pretty much deserved it anyway. Was Southampton. So I mean, like this is what I'm saying. Every time I go on a podcast and I say this is football heritage from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, people think I'm doing banter. I'm trying to do Mourinho quotes, bruv. The team stinks, and more importantly, and he stinks more than anyone. He stinks. I don't like shouting managers out. I'm a coach myself. I don't like backing players over coaches. I don't do them things there. However, big man, it's time for you to go. And when I say go, I mean like pack your bags, jump on a plane, and go to Norway. Like I don't want you in the country. Go. See you later. Go.
I'm with you on that. Yeah, I'm with you on that. And Marissa, I'm going to come to you. Yeah. Obviously, you're a football fan, Arsenal fan, but were you surprised the way Man United lined up and how they played?
I mean, I expected. I said on the previous podcast, I thought Man United were going to win 3-1. And, I didn't want to bet against my own team, but I just thought at some point you've got to continue this run, like do well Champions League, then do well Premier League, and not have this kind of one step forward, two steps back. But it seems that's just where you are. So I was surprised, and I just thought you just didn't play well at all. Like, as you said, Arsenal didn't play amazingly 10 out of 10 brilliant. They did what they had to do. They made sure Man United couldn't get on the ball and, create the threats we know they have. But it was too easy for Arsenal. As you said, they didn't have to go into first gear and absolutely smash Man United, but they did what they had to do. And as a football fan of any team, like as Koji was saying, you want your team, if your team lose and they play well, you can accept it. When your team
100%.
lose and they play badly, it's not on. But from an Arsenal point of view, we did what we had to do. Arteta clearly is getting better in these games. You were saying that they're quite defensive. Like, we are still quite defensive, and the attacking side needs to come along. But if you can neutralise the other team, get a penalty, and win the match, it's still points, even if it's not as pretty as we'd like.
And you know what? We're going to segue to Arteta, right? Let's segue to Arteta. Blacks, I'm going to ask you your opinion on this one, yeah? Because my opinion on this is that Arteta hasn't had 100 games with Arsenal, right? But I can see what he's trying to do with Arsenal. Do you understand? So I can be like, okay, I get what he's trying to do. I understand it. Give him his players and stuff. Maybe we'll see a different outcome. What's your thoughts on Arteta? And also, what's your thoughts on Ollie as well? It's a two-part question because it's obvious you wouldn't take Ollie. I wouldn't take Ollie, but we're stuck with him. But yeah, what's your thoughts on Arteta? And obviously Ollie,
So Arteta, he came into a project. Everyone knows no one has this dream of Arsenal winning the title in the next 2 to 3 years. We're a project. Yeah. Since going back to Wenger days, we've had defensive issues. Emery, defensive issues. Lumberg, defensive issues. Arteta's come in and we don't play the fluid, spectacular football no more. We play very composed. We'll pass it around, out the back, draw you into us, find the opening, and then we'll counter. It's very flat, very safe football. Done against Leicester, against City, against Liverpool. Arteta's come in and he wants us to play a more disciplined style of football. Is what it is. A lot of Arsenal fans don't like that. To me, he's coming to a project. Man, you have individual players on paper that would probably walk into many, many teams around the world in the Premier League. But as a unit, as a unit, you don't work. You've got Rashford, Greenwood, you've got Martial, Pogba, Bruno, Van de Beek. The list goes on. Bissaka, on paper, your team should be giving smoke to a lot of these big teams, but you're not. I feel like the difference is Man U is just a thing you're throwing money at to fix your problems. Arteta is just taking what he has and utilizing it to the best of his abilities. He knew that Man U game, he could not lose that game. After Leicester, after City, after Liverpool, he knew that Man U game, people will start being Arteta out if he loses that game. So he knew he needed that game. Yeah. He knew, and I feel like...
But he's a better coach, Blacks, isn't he? He's a coach, though. Okay, we can call them managers, but you can see he works with players. My guy's speaking like 5 different languages at the side. You can hear it. Do you know what I mean?
Literally.
Do you know? And like, Ads, I'm going to get you to come and jump in here. Like, Blacks, you know what you're saying about with like he knows the situation, so he deals with the situation. He's not chucking money. He's actually coaching. Yeah, and then you see Ollie. Give me your. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's a massive contrast.
Ollie doesn't know what he's doing. I think I said before, he's like a little boy in a big man's job. 100 games and Man United don't have an identity yet. That doesn't sound like Man United. There's no identity. There's no leaders on that pitch. Through that game, the 80th minute, I didn't know what you guys were doing. There was players everywhere. I didn't know what your formation was. I didn't know what the plan was. Was it to run us down? Was it to pressure? But I feel like we squeezed you. You couldn't get out from the back. If you tried to play out from the back, Pogba was covered, Greenwood was covered, Rashford was covered, Bruno was covered. There was no room for you guys to breathe. I feel like Ollie didn't know what to do. So he just told the players, listen, you man do what you need to do in it. Like, my job's already on the line.
Oh man. What okay, Ads, jump in, yeah. Let's reply back to Blacks. What's your thoughts on obviously Arteta initially? and talk to me about Ollie, man. Because I saw on Twitter you defending him, not him as the individual. You're defending the situation. Yeah. So talk to the guys, man. Let's hear it.
Well, first of all, I just want to say, Ollie is like what Black said is right. He's not the man for us. I did think he was to start with because obviously the way he was directing us, it was positive. But looks like it's now a mismatch, like a massive mismatch. Like you don't know what way he's gonna go. He could play trash, then he could play good. You know, you can't be bad and blessed at the same time. It doesn't work. That just proves you're not a good manager. You need to be setting way higher standards. You set the badge, you put the badge, you look at the badge and you look at the person we have in charge right now. Ollie is not a Manchester United manager. I thought he was, but he's not. I've had some thinking. Yes, I look back at my tweet. I was kind of stupid for tweeting that out, but I can't say that if we bring in a new manager, that isn't going to be worse or better because no, the thing is, I can't say that. So obviously everyone's talking about, oh yeah, this lines up a posh swap perfectly that he could come into the job next. But if we do that, in my view, people are saying, yeah, it's going to be a massive change. We're going to be winning these games that Ollie couldn't. Is it really going to happen? We don't know. So for now, let's stop the hype let's talk about Posh. I don't want to hear about Posh because it's just getting on my nerves now. Like, it's actually mad at me for real because all I hear is ads you're deluded for backing Ollie. I can back Ollie when I say that he's done okay as a manager. No one can say he's done bad. But compared to the rest, yes, he has done bad. He has done bad. But it's not all been bad. Like the majority has been good.
Is that good enough, ads? Is that good enough though? If you're if you're the Manchester United manager, okay, you could be top of the league of the Sunday team, or you could have the best players in a Saturday league team. Now, if you're not performing, it's not good enough, bro. So if you're the Man United manager, talk to me. Because look, they put up some stats about what he's done and stuff. So what? Like right now, we're sitting 15th. Now, that is a position, that West Brom will take right now if this was the end of the season. We are Manchester United. Talk to me, ads. Coach, you're a coach, yeah? You're a coach. If your team...
All I want to say is, right, Ollie's, right, like I said, Ollie, in my opinion, Ollie is the guy that comes before the big man. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, he sets some stuff out. He's improved some players. He's improved Rashford. He's improved Martial, Fred, Matic. You know, all the best out of all those players. Would I sack him? That's the question. Yes, I would sack him now. But would I give him chances to prove himself? No, I wouldn't, because then that just gives these fans who really, really, really wanted to stay and think he is the man, that makes them twisted and believe that he is the man when he isn't. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, we give him a chance till Christmas. This shit's just going to keep carrying on. Well, bro, the posh talk will be at 1 second. The posh talk will be out of this picture. The posh talk will be out of the picture. Just going to be some random brer who they'll be gassing about coming into the job. That's not the United way. We think about who we want before we plan it, and Posh is just not the man for me, in my opinion. Like, what have we given to the managers that came before Ollie that we're going to give to him and the next manager? You know what I'm trying to say? It's been poor service. The board don't back him. The players don't respond to him. I hear young Breers saying that there's a vision. There's no vision. You know what I'm trying to say? And I said, to my opinion, I like Ollie, but I think it's time for a change now. It's time for a change because it's just not going to end.
100%. Coach, I mean, I already know your views, man, so I'm going to ask you a different question, and this is to everyone. You know, when we talk about coaches and managers and so on, right, I just think to myself, if we put our hands on our heart, if we're a big club, and this is Arsenal, guys, Blacks, Mercer, this is up to you. If Arteta was doing all these things right now, to be a big club, because I think Man United, over the last 6 years, we're just a big club by name. Like, we haven't done anything to sustain to say we're big boys. Do you know what I mean? Okay, we're in the Champions League. We've had a great start. Cool story. Okay? But the bread and butter is your domestic football. We're sitting 15th here. So, Coach, I'm asking you, he should have been sacked this morning. Yes or no? This morning, he should have been sacked.
He should have been sacked after Tottenham, bro. Listen. He held 6. Listen, it's happened before, innit? Sax Ferguson held 6, but Sax Ferguson had trophies behind him for years. So he's allowed one bad day. What have you done? What have you done? Eh? And then now, so I'm talking tree now. I'm bringing my language into it. What have you done? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Party understands what I'm talking about. If you listen to this, you know exactly what I'm saying, bruv. Like Black said it, for example, in that game, they marked out Pogba, they marked out Bruno, they marked out Greenwood. Why do you think that was? Who were the 2 players that weren't marked out? Fred and McTominay. Why? Because on the board they don't have the quality.
They're useless.
You know what I'm saying? It's the in-game management. So in the first half, you were giving the ball away aimlessly. Your players were all out of position because there was no link up. No one knew where they were supposed to be. There were a couple of times where there was like images showing off like maybe McTominay, for example, in the wrong position in the pitch to
my
play
God.
or something like that, right? So as a manager, surely you want your guy to advance, innit? You want your guy to say, all right, I need to make a change here because we've been crap this first half.
Exactly.
What does he do? Same team comes out. No change, no thought process, and this is my.
No, he changed it. He put the 2. He put McTominay as the 2 in it.
Yeah. Sorry, he moved the position on the pitch. I'm sorry. Yeah, he moved the position on the pitch. Yeah.
But that was just like. And Mercer, Blacks, please feel free to jump in here. I'm seeing that. Yeah, I'm thinking McTominay can't play that right side of the diamond. Just say him and Fred swap. Just swap,
bro. Like
you know what
for
I mean?
me, it's like this, bro. Like Arteta. The reason why I like Arteta, is because he's not reactionary. He sees ahead. He tries to look ahead. So if his player's playing poor, he says, okay, you know what? I need to change something here. Let me do this. Bring this player on. Let's try and change it up a little bit. Go from maybe a back 3 to a back 4. Keep it, position wise or something like that, right? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer could see that his team was playing crap. As soon as you conceded the penalty and Arsenal scored, what did he do? He ran to the bench. Hey, yo, come on now. Swear down. Is that what you do? Is that what you do? This guy, that's trying to be, and we all know it's true. He's trying to be Sir Alex Ferguson light. He wants to be like his father. Yeah. When Sir Alex Ferguson saw team players were playing poor, did he sit there and say, "Yeah, go out second half and see how it goes"? You're off. See you later. Patrice Evra, he said it. Patrice Evra said, "Listen, there was a game where we won, and I thought I played well. My players were like, oh yeah, you're playing well." Then he goes, Sir Ferguson goes, "Evra, do you think you're playing well?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "Nah. If you pass the ball back again, you're going off." He's like, "Wait, what?" He's like, "Wait, what?" So you're trying to be like your father, but you don't have to be like your father. Be yourself.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So with Arteta is he tries to see things. He doesn't just sit there with Arsenal to go behind and say, okay, cool. Because if he was a manager like that, he would have waited until they were behind against Leicester that late before he said, okay, let me change something. That's the kind of manager that Ole is. Also, Ad said it. That Leipzig when gas people have people saying Bundesliga defending.
Bro, this is. So you know what the thing is, yeah. Look, my point is this, right? I just think personally that I think it was a fluke. I know I was making noise, bro, but I genuinely think that when you deep it, yeah, Ole is freestyling, right? But it's not even freestyling. Do you know when like you play Blacks? I don't know, lads, Marissa, everyone talking. You know when you play football, yeah, and it's like say it's Saturday League football, and some next manager's like, right, guys, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, and you're just like, yeah, whatever, man, just give me the ball, just let man play football, yeah, and we'll win this game. That's what I think it is. I genuinely do think, because I think, yeah, at half time, yeah, you're saying to these guys, oi, my job's on the line here. You guys need to, do you know what I mean? Make changes, do something. He could have took Pogba off. He could have took Bruno. Do you know what I mean? He could have made something to be like, oi, this guy's not playing. Fix up. Do you know what I'm trying to say to you?
Bobs, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is football's version of Tony Hawk. You remember that skater guy? Yeah.
Yeah.
Flipping in the air, doing whatever. That's all he is. Listen, as I know you said it, that Pochettino's not for you, and that's fair. You know what I mean? Managerial decisions, blah blah. Listen, someone said to me yesterday, yeah, I'd rather bring Roy Keane in or Patrice Evra because they will whip the guys into shape and the passion.
Bring Roy Keane in, they're all leaving.
The bad.
Sure.
Marissa, Marissa, Roy Keane told at Ipswich.
The same Roy Keane that said if you ever want to walk into your team, tell him to close his mouth, man.
Bruv, blacks.
Bro.
You feel that Ipswich and Sunderland. If you feel like Ipswich and Sunderland, what are you doing at Old Trafford? The guy went from player to coach to manager, assistant manager, punditry. What are you?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Alright, cool.
Bro, seriously. And you know the funny thing is, yeah, like Ads, I'm gonna get your opinion on this. I know you said no Potts, yeah. If it was today and the board went right, Ads, next manager for Man United, who are you picking and why?
That's the problem. We haven't. The thing is, I'm gonna be honest now. We have, as fans and the club themselves, it's pretty clear that none of us have actually done any research into who else could be our manager. We've only called that Posh because he has a big name. Yeah, that's facts. I don't care what anyone says. That's facts.
What's
As
your
soon
big
as
name,
he,
though?
no,
What's your big name?
as soon as he left, a second. As soon as he left Tottenham, he wasn't really in the mix for us. But now we're in. Now listen. Now we're in mad peril. Yeah, they're just hollering out for this big name to come in and save our club. Is that the United way? No, it isn't. And listen, like you said, like how you said, like, you know, the players were just doing what they wanted. Sorry, no, that Ollie was just doing what he wanted in the Champions League, yeah, and it was just a fluke.
Yeah.
In my opinion, some of the players, I'm not saying no names, they don't care. And yesterday proved they fully don't care. They're just happy to get peas and play football, and they're shit. Yeah,
Drop names,
no, I'm not saying any names.
bro.
All right, no, listen, right. One player. That's pretty clear.
Do it. Fire
One player that's pretty clear. One player that's pretty clear. That shouldn't even be wearing the shirt. Scott McTominay. What is he doing in our club? Yeah, let's be honest now. Look at the standards. Look at the midfielders we had before he came, and look at the midfielders that we have now. Yeah, this guy. Oh, he's dead. Honestly, I'm sorry. He's dead. He plays well in He plays well in the Champions League because he thinks that's the only way that he's going to get attention, and that Ollie will start him in games, and that's facts. Because ever since he started in that game, he's been starting every single game. He is a first choice midfielder in Ollie's eyes. In the fans' eyes, he's not. He doesn't deserve to be starting ahead of Matic or Fred. Yeah, he's not better than them. And if anyone disagrees with me, you don't watch football. Second of all, McTominay is only realistically, he's only good when he's playing alongside Matic and Fred. Realistically, he is. And the thing is, he wasn't playing alongside Fred yesterday. He was playing alongside Pogba, and Pogba was too good for him. They were all shit yesterday. I'm not saying that changes anything. They were all shit yesterday. They were all dead. Every single player on the pitch. Yes, Luke Shaw did something yesterday, but he still wasn't good enough. Yes, Fred made tackles, but it still wasn't good enough as a whole. People say Fred's bad. Fred's this. Fred's that. Shut your mouth. He's not dead. He's a great player, and he's proven why we bought him for 50 million. And if anyone hates me for it, then no. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Who's
Third party nutmeg Fred, or am I dreaming? Did you not make it?
Okay, but he still made tackles on him after. How's Neymar getting stopped by Fred if he's so bad? How's he getting stopped by Fred? You tell me. He nutmegged him. Now one second, Vince. Listen, he nutmegged him at the start, but then he kept getting tackled by him. So if we're lowering the standards of Fred, we should be realistically lowering the standards of the opposing player, because he got tackled by Fred many times, but no one talks about it because it's just a player.
No, I hear what you're saying.
He did all of this, and no one gives him credit. I hear nothing about Ramirez anymore. I hear nothing about him.
I can empty my wallet and Fred's dropping out of there. McTominay's dropping out of there. Pogba's dropping out of there. Bruno's dropping out of my wallet right now because.
Look, do you know what, Ads? I hear what you're saying. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. And like, you know, I'm a Fred fan. I am 100%. So, but I think the manager has let them down with the tactics, because do you know? Yeah, like Marissa, I want your thoughts on this. I want you to jump in. If Marissa, if you're my winger, and Monday to Friday, I'm telling you, I want you to be hitting the byline, crossing the ball. Yeah, and that's all you're doing. Then I'm like, she's listening to me. I get that. Yeah. But see, when you're not doing what I'm telling you to do and you're freestyling, as a fan, I'm looking at you like, who's telling you what to do? Do you know what I mean? So, like, we don't even play with a structure. Do you know what I mean? Because, yes, the game went from De Gea, Lindelof, Maguire to Fred, to McTominay, to Shaw, back to Maguire. Do you know what I mean? And then if you're a centre midfielder or a centre back for Arsenal, do that all you want because we've all he wants to play counter-attacking football, right? But you know, he's bought players that can't keep possession. I mean, we've got Pogba that can keep possession, but that's not his game. Do you know what I mean? So, I mean, tell me, like, what do you do? What do you do if you're Ollie? Because this is the last thing we're going to talk about Ollie, and then we're going to move on to your team. You know, but yeah.
Yeah, the team that won. Yeah, that would be nice, you know? Because all I've been hearing all weekend is, Man United lost. And what does this mean for Ollie? I don't care. Listen, we have this discussion every few weeks because you're backwards, forwards. Like, we can't have the same thing over and over again. Like, maybe Ollie's telling them one thing. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so remember, I was the only Arsenal fan that said that we would win that game. Everyone else said we would lose that game, so I'm soaking this up right now.
Like Ollie, maybe what he's telling them in training is not working on the match. Maybe they're just like, you know what? Nah, fuck this guy. Let me do my own thing. Because it doesn't seem like when Arteta says his thing, like I think a few weeks ago, El Neni was saying like even the kit man at Arsenal is buying into what Arteta's doing. And while it might sound daft, Arteta has a plan and everyone's following him. Whether the plan is right or wrong, everyone's on the same page. Whereas you look at Ollie and you're like, well, what are you telling them in Champions League nights compared to what you're telling them in Premier League nights? How does the system just not work? The players look completely shit compared to when they looked excellent a few days ago. Like Harry Maguire was saying, maybe we were patting ourselves on the back from the Leipzig game. You think, well, yeah, you probably were because where was the energy? Where was this is the mighty Man United? You haven't won at home this season. Okay, it's only been like 4 games, but still. You expect to be winning against Arsenal, against Chelsea, against Crystal Palace. So what's going on? What is Ollie not being able to control that is causing Man United to just be like it's like 2 different teams?
It's a respect thing. I don't think the players even respect him. I feel like they just listen to what he says, go onto the pitch and just try to do their own game because they don't feel like he has a plan. Arteta, everyone has said. Arteta is the man. Players are following Arteta. They're from minute 1 to minute 90. They're running their engines down for that manager. 100%. They know Arsenal's a project. We haven't really spent much money. We got Gabriel, Willian on the free.
No,
I mean, don't you remember when like Ollie first came in? He was like reluctant to take Alex Ferguson's parking space. I mean, this sort of nonsense is just.
He saw. He just saw.
You can't have this sort of rubbish. If you're the manager now, forget Alex Ferguson. Okay, we know the history has what a wonderful manager he was for Man United, but that was years ago. Ollie cannot come in and keep talking about Fergie and back in his day and when he was playing for Fergie. You have to move on. If you're constantly stuck in that past, that was the glory era. We all know how brilliant Man United are and were back in the day, but you need to focus on what you're doing now. And clearly it's not up to the standard that it should be. If we all expect Man United to be there challenging the Man City, the Liverpool at the top of the table, you should not be in 15th at any point in the season. You just shouldn't. And I'm sure, obviously, you'll probably end up like top 6 at least. But it's just not a good enough start, you know? It's not what you expect from Man United.
I agree with you. And I'm going to wrap it up on this, just by saying that, like, when I really deep it, and I think I said it on Usman's channel, I said that we need to remember that, you know, if you compare, like I watched Arteta play in Scotland. Okay, he played for Rangers. He won trophies with Rangers. He played for Everton. He was competitive, and he played for Arsenal. He won trophies with Arsenal. Right. The person leading Man United right now was happy to be a 4th choice striker. Right. That was his mentality. He didn't want to leave as a player. He wanted to stay at Man United. He was happy to be a part of something. He was happy to sit on the bench. And then he's coming saying about Fergie this, Fergie that, right? We get it, yeah? But listen, be your own man. Do you know what I mean? Do what you want to do. You're obviously telling me you shouldn't be here if you're talking like that. Do you know what I'm trying to say to you? Like, he's already telling me that, I'm out my depth, or that I couldn't even park in this park. Are you okay, mate? Are you all right? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, what is Man United are always going to be here, bro? Like, what are you talking about? Anyway, enough of Frodo. Right. Ads, start with you, okay? Arteta was the winning manager on the day. Okay. What was your thoughts on his tactics, bro? What was your thoughts on his coaching? And do you think Arsenal are actually going to do something this season?
Honestly, I think he's brilliant. Honestly, I think just someone who has that max amount of potential to actually take Arsenal back to be. Yeah, man. Oh no, I have to be honest. I hate Arsenal, but I have to be honest here. I generally feel like
Is he gone? Your ads.
what to do.
Okay.
And when they lose, even when they lose, half the time that they will, it's just the lack of talent on the pitch. It's usually the talent left higher up the pitch. You have Gabriel, great centre back, proved his worth yesterday, sat down the haters, simple. You know, it's just a shame. Some players like Willian and David Luiz, they're not the players they used to be. Class, in my opinion. I feel like Willian was one of the best players on the pitch yesterday, hands down. Yes, he missed a few chances.
And just to stop you there, Leicester beat Leeds 4-1, just to let you guys know, by the way.
So
I don't actually, yeah.
What was I? Oh yeah, Willian. Willian, in my opinion, is such an underrated player. He got so much hype at Chelsea, but now he's just kind of in the dirt, really. Now that Arsenal fans might bring their legacy back and might actually have a better game. Once the actual fans actually get back into the stadium, might actually lift his spirits a bit, make a cheeky chant and then start pushing him on to be the player he was before he left Chelsea. Arteta, tactics are clean, they just work, and yes, they proved that. Let's hope Arsenal can carry on the way they did yesterday, because I know the Arsenal fan base, when they lose, they're not happy. Once they've had a win like yesterday, it should be going on. It shouldn't be stopped. No, I'm sorry, bro. Listen, you can't beat Man United 1 and then expect to lose the next game. Yes, it's Arsenal, and you haven't been the best recently, but it's Arsenal at the end of the day. You might should be scrapping it. You might should be dominating the Europa League. I think you guys could even possibly win it. And that's being realistic as well. You guys could probably win it. No, 1 second, Bobs. 1 second, Bob. No, 1 second, Bobs. I need to be realistic. Bobs. I need to be realistic, bro. I need to be realistic. I'm saying this now. When it comes to the outside tournaments, Arsenal do well. They, in my opinion, they sometimes do better than they do in the league. Same with United as well. Yeah, but this isn't United. This is Arsenal. In the Europa League, they look solid. Yes, they're not the best team that they're coming up against, but they still prove their worth. And let's just hope that they can carry on in the same vein that they did yesterday.
All right, thanks, Aj, for that. Your coach, talk to me, bro. Arsenal, Arteta, he got it right. Is he the man for Arsenal? What's going on?
He definitely got it right yesterday. As much as I was saying that, it was made easy by our incompetence, at the same time, you still have to go and put your team out right at the end of the day. And more than anything, Arsenal have been rightfully slaughtered for their defending for many a season. And in this game, you couldn't slaughter them for their defending, especially when we brought on Cavani and Van der Beek. It was just sort of like gung-ho football. But what I liked about their defending, if I'm being honest as well, because as much as I hate them, I love watching actual good defending, is they were tighter to their opponents, so there was no space for them to breathe. There was no space for them to whip it across easily, no space for them to find an easy pass. And even when a player had space to try and find one of these players, all our players were tightly marked. There was no space for them to maneuver. If the ball comes in and Arsenal players there first, or he's going to meet them at the same time as the ball coming in. That's what you want from your team. Leno was assertive, claiming crosses. He did what he had to do. That's what I respect. Arsenal fans, the thing is, they were, and I say this, it's the same about our fans as well, is we were both spoiled by two managers that brought in a brand of football for different clubs that took us to different levels. Arsenal, invincible, United, treble, for example, right?
Treble, yeah.
So when you enjoy that kind of football, it becomes sort of your DNA. Even though it's more than manager's DNA, but it becomes part of the club because they were there for so long. When you bring someone like Emery in and David, that other Scottish lad that we bring off Sats Ferguson, when you bring in those two different managers with different complete styles of football, you're not used to that change. And there was a time where some Arsenal fans would scream, you know, like they hate Mourinho, for example, because he wins stuff, they wouldn't mind him coming in. Now they've got a manager that is actually capable of doing two things. If he needs to be pragmatic and win a game a different way, he will do so. But when he gets more of his signings in and they get more players under him, if he needs to play a style that he wants to, or of like in terms of possession style, attacking and all that, he'll be able to do so. And then his players will get to a point where they say, for this game, the manager's gone defensive. We may not agree with that, but we understand why, so we will go out there and execute it. That's what you want. When you want to have that belief in your manager and your coach, your players will do anything for you. They will be like warriors. They'll fight for you. They'll do whatever it takes to get the W. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I respect that from him. As for where Arsenal go from here, the one thing that pissed me off about Arsenal, because like I said, as much as I hate them, us two were kings of the Premier League, so it kind of pisses me off that our rivals are starting to just like embarrass us.
Yeah, 100%, bro. It cut deep, man, when we got beat to them. It cut deep.
Exactly. However, if Arsenal lose their next Premier League game, I am going to be so mad. Don't do that. Do not do that. I'm not with ads saying that, you know, hopefully they continue. But all of that. In my heart, I'm saying, get slapped up. But really, truly, if you're improving, do not come and beat us at Old Trafford and then go somewhere else and get embarrassed. I don't want to see that. That's crap. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, find the consistency. That's what we both lack. We both lack consistency. If Arsenal get the consistency back, then possibly they'll do something. But until then, let's take our time. Let's take our time, you know, praising them. It was a great win. Their 6th win in 35 years. Congratulations. And then we'll see where they go from there.
Yo, Blacks, man, respond, bro. Talk to me.
Yo, okay, so bringing in players like Partey, bringing in players like Gabriel, you can see Arteta wants us to just be harder to beat. That's the main thing. We're not playing fluid attacking football, like I said before. We're taking our time with it. So instead of us, because what did we do? Our main issue was we had no defenders, but we had players like Cazorla, we had players like Ramsey, we had players like Ozil, so we had creative players. Now it's the other way around. We need creativity, but now we're harder to beat now. Instead of going to, let's say, Goodison Park or going to Old Trafford and losing 3-0, we might go there and lose 1-0. It might be 1-1. We might not even concede. So he's made us harder to beat, a harder team to beat now. My only issue is that we've sacrificed our fluidity on football. We've sacrificed our creativity, but I feel like he's bringing that in very, very slowly. He's not scared. If you're playing shit, he's taking you off the pitch. He doesn't care. If you're not performing in training, doesn't matter how much money you cost, you're not playing that game. He has a style and a way of football he's trying to play. He's trying to make the players, every player's finding a position. Doesn't matter who you are. You're not playing good, you're not playing. And then you might play sick.
I agree with you on that. And you know what? It's funny because, you know, okay, I called him the cool man with the whistle, right? But he must have went to Arsenal thinking, yo, I've won the league. Do you know what I mean? Like, I won the league. I was coaching players like Sterling, Aguero, all them guys. And do you think I'm going to come here and take your nonsense? Do you know what I'm trying to say to you? Do you know what I'm trying to say to you? Marissa, what's your thoughts? Sorry, actually, sorry.
Even with our intensity, he's walked in and all those players are running their engines down for him. If you're not working hard, you're not playing the game. He wants you running. Look at how Nenny yesterday, the 91st minute, he was closing you down, giving you no option to even have a comeback. Every single player is playing for that badge. They're playing for Arteta. They know what the standard is. They know that we're not going to win any titles in the next 2 to 3 years. But if we could potentially implement some football, make ourselves harder to beat, once teams come to Emirates and they cannot beat us, then we'll think about, okay, now we're going to start scoring goals. Now we're going to start breaking teams down. Now we're going to start pressuring you. Now we're going to start bringing our intensity up. So I trust his vision.
Included. Is that better than included?
Oh, is that the gardener? Spanish gardener. He's a diver as well. You know, he died for that penalty, by the way.
I'm sorry, but he's dead. He's dead. He let your team down. I'm sorry.
Be sticking his foot in there.
But Bellerin is a good squad player. He's not dead. He's a good squad player. I would prefer Maitland-Niles to be on that right side for me in a more consistent sort of game. But Bellerin's a good mentor to have there. He's played that position for quite a long time, so I'm not mad at him there. We need a better right back. But I'm happy with Bellerin there. We have Maitland Niles on the bench if we need him there. So, you know.
Did you say he's a good mentor? Is that for like planting sunflower seeds or what?
He's a good.
I'm going to say
You're
mentor, yeah. I'm
jealous.
thinking supervisor of, you know, planting plants or something. Yeah, but it's good. So
He's
he's
Yeah, well,
a-
you can't get your trees after we beat you on Sunday.
Oh, God!
Lovely.
Hey!
Spud me.
History.
Yo,
Drink
Marissa,
that
come on,
water.
yeah,
Drink that water.
same to you as well. Same to you as Marissa. What are you thinking? Arteta, is he the man for Arsenal?
Definitely. I mean, you see Aubameyang tackling, everyone's getting involved. It's not like, oh, I'm up front, let me just do my thing there, leave you lot behind there. If people need to muck in, they'll muck in because they see what Arteta's building. They're like, yeah, I'm going to work for this guy. I'm going to do what I've got to do. And when we're saying about Ole, like he's reacting after you go behind, then he's going to take someone off. Arteta sees it. If he's like, no, you're not up to it today, off you go. It's not like oh well, you know, I like you, you did all right in training. No, if you're not up to it in the match, you're off. He's got a lot of discipline, but I think you can have discipline and just be a prick, really, you know, not have a plan. But he's saying, listen, this is why I'm doing this. This is the result that's going to come if you follow what I'm doing. And he's getting results from them. And yeah, as Black said, obviously the creativity is not there yet, but you know, we've got Martinelli. I mean, I forget about him, but he's got to come back from injury. He's a creative player. We've seen what he can do. He might take a while, obviously, to come back from injury and get back to what he was before, but he's an option. He's another creative option, someone exciting, someone young. So we have got creative players. It's just that we're working on the defense, making that more solid. And yeah, it will come together. The balance will come. But I think Arteta knows what he's doing. He's confident. The team is following him. So we just got to wait and see. But so far, so good, I think. And when you think, okay, Ollie and Lampard say other managers that have got the DNA of the clubs they're at and all that, Arteta's the only one that's won a trophy so far. And yes, it's only the FA Cup, but it's something. You want to start building a platform and saying you can win these big matches and get a trophy, regardless of what that is. It looks good. It makes the team believe more in what you're doing. So Arteta, so far, I can't see any wrong.
Listen, Marissa, I agree.
When's the last time you could say Arsenal had the best defensive record in the league currently? When's the last time you could say that? Arsenal. The shambles we've had at the back, Arsenal.
It doesn't feel real.
Don't feel real, man.
Anyway,
when you see the sort of calamities we've had, to have a good defense, it's mad.
You guys done your job, innit? You guys done your job. Don't get me wrong. You guys, you know, you lot came, stunk the place out, done what you had to do, got the win. Yeah. However, I do think that because he's won the FA Cup and the Community Shield, he's bought himself time. Let's be honest. He has bought himself time.
Definitely.
You know. And this is what I don't get with Man United, with Ollie, because we've nearly given this guy 2 years, yeah? And do you know, he spent the most money since Fergie. He spent the most money since Fergie, right? So you tell me, like, guys, you tell me, like, coach, ads, man, tell me, like, we've given this guy the most money of the managers we had. We went from a Scotsman, I must leave it at that. LVG, who was probably a dinosaur, but you saw what he was trying to do, okay? And then we had Mourinho. Listen, if you take Mourinho on, you accept the circus, the negativity, the football, everything, but he brings you trophies. Do you know what I mean? You dance with the devil, you sit with the devil with Jose Mourinho, yeah? Now we've got this guy, right, Frodo Baggins, who's not one. You know what I mean? Like, he's not even, and like, do you know what? Yeah, people might watch this back and think, "Oh, he's bashing Ollie," and I am bashing Ollie because you're not doing your job. Do you know what I mean? You spend the most money, and like, you can't even say that you haven't been given money to get your players. You went and bought Wan-Bissaka, right? You went and bought Harry Maguire. Now, what are you watching in training? If you want to play attacking football, you don't buy Wan-Bissaka. You don't buy. Do you know what I mean? If you want to play attacking football, you don't buy Wan-Bissaka. Okay, Lindelof and Maguire do the same fucking thing. I'm just gonna say it. They do the same thing. There's no difference between them. Okay, so we've spent 85 million. He must have saw Harry coming and thinking, yeah, this is my defender. Must have saw him in training like, what the hell have I done? But he has to play him. Do you know what I mean? So I don't even want to ask this question, but I'm gonna. Blacks, who do you think will be sooner to win the league? You guys or us?
It's a tricky one because I feel like we're further away than you. I feel like if you got a manager that just gives you an identity, you've got the players there. There's absolutely no way you could have Bruno, Pogba, Van de Beek, Matic, Twintembi, I like him as well, Basaka, Greenwood, Rashford, Martial, players like that on your team, and you're in 15th. You guys should be competing with the cities on paper. The quality is absolutely there. It's there. I feel like your team is more complete in different areas to get further than us. But I feel like we're finding our pace while you guys are losing your pace.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like, man, you could definitely.
I'm sorry to say this, yeah, but Matic has shown time and time again he's not good enough. So I don't know why you're adding him in that list of somebody who could possibly take us for a win. He's not good enough. And I don't care what anyone says. He's not good enough. He's better than Scott.
He's right.
He's better than Scott, yeah, but he's better than Scott. But he's our only DM, but of course he's not better than Fred as a midfielder. As a DM, yes, he is. But no. Listen, as a DM, he's better. He's better than Scott. He's better than Pogba. He's better than Fred. Is he better moving forward than those players? No, he isn't.
That's the problem. You have players there that can go forward. You have players there that can ping a pass out from 40 yards away. You just have no identity. You don't know what you want to do. United's problem is you don't know what you want to do. You don't know how you want to play. You need a manager that will tell you, this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to play. This is how we're going to break teams down. You don't know what you want to do. You just got a substitute teacher there with his big ass dad clothes, not knowing what he wants to do. So I feel like, I don't know. I feel like we're in this. I feel like you guys are probably closer to winning something bigger than us, but we're picking up pace very, very, very fast.
Do you know what? I hate to say this, yeah, and it pains me so much, yeah, but you guys have already won 2 trophies with Arteta. Do you know what I mean? Like Arteta, yeah, can get sacked tomorrow. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. Arteta can get sacked tomorrow, yeah, and he'll be like, yeah, in my duration there, I won 2 trophies, yeah. We can sack Ollie, yeah. Do you know what I mean? Ollie's going to be like, well, you know, we got rid of some dead wood and the morale was raised. Like, what? I ain't trying to hear that. Ads, come on.
Like, in the end, I parked in Fergie's parking spot. You know, I felt like the big man.
I mean,
it's got a team of individuals.
I completely agree. But I have to go now. So you lot have fun talking about United and Arsenal. Let's hope we could do better next time.
Thanks for coming on, Ad. Seriously, bro.
Hey, man, thanks.
Safe, man. Thanks for coming on. See you later. All right, Marissa, go on then. Arsenal, Man United.
A team of individuals. I do agree with Blacks because you have the players, you have the quality that should be doing better than you are. So it's just confusing as to how is it not coming together. I think you're a team of individuals, and sometimes if like one player's like, you know what, Ollie don't know what he's up to, let me just do it. But then if everyone's got that same mentality at the same time, obviously it just doesn't work out well.
Yeah.
But with Arteta, you know there's a plan, and even if things don't work, you can but let's look back at the plan we've got in place. Whereas with Ollie, what are you falling back on? You don't have like the backbone of a plan, and Ollie changes things. Like we talk about philosophies, managers that have philosophies, even when it goes badly, they've still got that philosophy. They don't change it. Ollie doesn't really stick to one thing. It's like it depends, like what mood he's in, whether it's rainy, whether it's like sunny. It doesn't seem to work all the time. You can't have a consistent plan that you can say, I'll follow this all the time. It depends on what mood he's in, what system you guys play. You've got such good quality players that it shouldn't be a question. It should be, of course, Man United are going to win the league before Arsenal. But if you give Arteta...
It used to be like that. You know.
If
He
you
used to be
give
like,
Arteta more time and get him to bring in even more of the players that are going to suit his system and that are going to run through brick walls that we have now, I could see it being Arsenal. But I'm still thinking that's a good like 3, 4, 5 years down the line. I'm not thinking anytime soon for either team. I'd say at least about 5 years before either team wins it, because there's just so many bits and pieces to sort out. Even though Man United look good on paper, you've still got the issues in defence. As you said, Wan-Bissaka is not going to be that quality right back going forward. He's a brilliant defender. That's why he's at Crystal Palace. Like, he's great at Crystal Palace because that was the sort of style they had. But Man United, you want your right back flying down, putting in crosses. And when he scored that goal against Newcastle, everyone was like, bloody hell, I didn't know he had that sort of talent in him, because you don't see it often.
word is he used to be a winger. Do you know that? I don't know if you guys heard that. He used to be a winger.
Who? Bissaka?
Yeah, I swear to God, yeah, he used to be a winger. I
So why
still
can't he get
struggle.
forward?
Skill.
Why can't he get forward?
Oh. But do you know what though? Yeah, like on the Wan-Bissaka, I'm glad you said it. Yeah, he if he was a winger, cool. That's what I heard. But do you know if you're at Palace, yeah, you're not really gonna have possession. Do you know what I mean? You're always gonna be like camping outside your 18, and this is why, like, in my group chat up here, I was like barking about Ollie because he's like, oh, he's bought this guy. But I'm like, he wants to play attacking football. You don't sign Wan-Bissaka. If you want to play out from the back, you don't sign Harry Maguire. Do you know what I mean? Like, everyone's talking about these ball playing centre half. Do you know what a ball player centre back was? Rio Ferdinand. That was a ball playing centre back. Do you know what I'm trying to say to you? And there's not many of them. Just because you can take the ball off your goalkeeper and pass a 5-yard forward, that doesn't make you a ball player. What evidence does Harry Maguire show you that he's a ball player centre back? And you have to
your worst in history.
I know, it's just, bro, man, seriously, like, I don't even know for this guy. Like, he actually, like, yesterday night was stress. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, my phone was hot. Boy, listen, I was being peppered right, left, and centre, and like, it was deep. Do you know what I mean? I even had Chelsea fans bantering me. I'm like, right, seriously, bro.
Everyone came for you.
Arsenal, like, seriously. But when we're talking about coaching styles, yeah, and Coach, I'm going to come to you about this one. I don't understand. See, everyone's like, we've got this. When you think about it, yeah, why did he buy Bruno Fernandes? And Coach, I'm going to ask you to answer this as well, because I'm thinking, if we're going to play counter-attacking football, why someone like that? You might as well go and buy industrial, hard-working centre midfielders. You know, that's going to do the dog work and then try and get forward, but they're going to be cautious. Anyway, Coach, man, same question to you, like the guys, man. Man United or Arsenal, man, who do you think is going to be winning the league anytime soon?
Right now, it looks like Arsenal, because Man United need more than a new coach. They need Jesus.
Sean Sweet.
No, just okay. So the reason, I'll answer the Bruno question quickly as well. The reason why he bought Bruno, I firmly actually believe, is because I feel like he actually wanted to change the style. I feel like he wanted to get a bit more control. He wanted someone a lot more, with a lot more quality going forward to play alongside Pogba, because he wanted Pogba to be a bit more of a dictator from deep. It makes a bit of sense, right? But then where he messed up was he had like Pogba and Bruno like this first, didn't it? Always together, always linking up. And when Pogba wasn't there, Mata came in, and it was like this. And then we saw no more Mata, and then suddenly Pogba was like a third centre back. Suddenly he's back there, you can't see him anymore, right? If you want to play the style, stick to your effing guns. You know what I'm saying? Don't change it up now. Don't prove stupid. And quickly on Pogba as well, yeah. So obviously he's conceded the penalty, and he was chesty enough. With Vim, he came out and said it was a stupid mistake. I was dumb. I should have done better. Defensively, it's my mistake why we lost. Fantastic. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has been asked by someone in the press conference. Pogba said that his challenge was stupid. What's your response to that? You know what the guy did? He laughed. You know that Ole laugh. You know that Ole laugh. You know that stupid laugh that he does, yeah? And then he does that. But Pogba's a good lad. But these things happen. In his butchered Mac accent. Like,
Oh man.
he's literally one of them, man. And honestly, this whole thing that people are trying to scream on Pogba and that, yeah. I'm happy that you mentioned Bruno Fernandes' name because when was the last good performance he gave us? Like really good. I can only think of one. In the last 4 or 5 months, Newcastle. Bar that, when has he been really, really good? When has he been absolutely fantastic? He hasn't.
When the penalties dry up, bro, we see this is like
Bro.
This is when people were making noise about Bruno, right? Look, and like people will call me negative, yeah, up in Scotland. I was like, no, I'm like, look, I'm telling you right now, yeah. Fans have changed. I mean, maybe it's because I don't know if it's because we're used to our teams playing a certain way, winning trophies and stuff. Like we know if our teams lose, well, it hurts more because we know we fell off, yeah. And I feel like these new fans, these born in the millenniums, whatever, are seeing Bruno and thinking, "Oh, he's a great player." I'm like, if you take away his penalties, okay, and the set pieces, right? What is he actually offering us? And coach, I know you're going to argue.
Yeah.
I know you're going to argue this, yeah. And Blacks, Mercer, please jump in. I just think to myself here, like, he makes the easy stuff look hard. And then, okay, he'll put a through ball in, and it's like, okay, cool. But yeah, I just think that he doesn't really give us anything. This is my opinion. I just think to myself, I'm watching you right now. There's no penalties, there's no set pieces. What do you do for me?
Do you know why I disagree? I disagree. So to be fair, I am actually quite a big fan of his before he joined us. But the reason why I disagree is because of this. Now, I've just criticized him. I said he stank out the joint for the last 4 or 5 months, right? And penalties are the reason why his name's still being shouted because they are essentially they're the game winners, right? When you score a penalty and it wins the game, you're the game winner, you're the game changer. Right? Cool. But then comes accountability from all angles as well. So, for example, I criticize Martial sometimes because Martial's a striker that hardly likes to make runs in behind the defense. Everything's always to feet. Now, if anyone watches Bruno at Portugal or when he played for Sporting, he had players constantly making moves.
Yeah.
So the passes that he's trying to make now, he's making those passes thinking, surely you'd want to get into that position to try and make yourself be in a more goal-scoring place to take these chances. So it's like, as much as I criticize him, I also got to look at these guys and think, well, you guys are not doing your job either. Think about it. Greenwood likes ball to feet. Martial likes ball to feet. Rashford likes ball to feet. Mata likes ball to feet. Daniel James, with all his speed, that road runner, meet that guy. Even him, yeah.
I said Simpsons hit or run.
Even him, he likes ball to feet. Like, even Lingard, I praise his movement, off the ball movement, fantastic. But when the ball comes to him, he has to come back and collect the ball to feet. So if you are a creative player, someone like, for example, when Özil first came to Arsenal, right? Imagine when he first came to Arsenal, he had Alexis Sanchez in front of him. Imagine Sanchez, instead of making runs in behind or making these fantastic runs to have goal-scoring opportunities. Imagine he was just like, give the ball to me to feet, and then let's see what happens after that. You're not gonna find easier chances to score goals. So that's why he's trying to make those passes because you will think that these players will have the intelligence, the know-how to say, yeah, I need to get in behind and do that. Like this is what it is for me. You are not gonna get into goal-scoring opportunities if you just want the ball to feet every time because then you're asking yourself to beat the player every single time. And like Black said earlier, United players get marked out. The better players get marked out because opposition know Fred and McTominay ain't going to do nothing on the ball. Wan-Bissaka, like Marissa said, Wan-Bissaka is not going to do anything on the ball going forward. Luke Shaw, to be honest, I've already called him a BBW, so I don't have to even go further than that. That's another one. So, bro, like, everyone has to take accountability for their actions on the pitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like Pogba getting criticized. Pogba takes accountability for what he does, and then newspapers and then stupid United Manc fans, top Reds, go and pour bear gravy on their chips for no apparent reason. Them man there go and say, oh, he said that it's because of fatigue. He didn't say that once. I was sitting there listening to this, waiting for that punchline. Oh, it's because I was tired. I was sitting there. Then I clocked the YouTube video finished. I was like, he's not tired. What are you talking about? Like, This is the kind of thing I'm talking about. Like, accountability from all angles. But more importantly, the players. I've said enough about them as it is, man. Black he's in a group chat with me. He knows how I rip into these men on a daily basis. Yeah. I think the only person I haven't ripped into really is Mata. That's the only person I haven't ripped into, if I'm being honest.
Do you know when you say about the way Bruno plays and there's no movement, everyone comes in, is that not then Ollie's fault then?
Of course, it's Ollie's fault. That's why I want him back. That's why I want him back in Norway. That's why I want him out of the country. Like, bro, listen. Even me, yeah, as a proud black man, I'm on a full Nigel Farage vibe right here. Get this guy out of the country. I want him gone. Get him out. Get him out. Yeah?
He's got to go.
I don't want him here no more. Get him out of here. He's not a good coach. He's not a good coach. And Arsenal have hired a good coach. That's why they've made smart signings. Black again. I'll say it one time. Blacks in the group chat with me. Yo, Blacks. How many times did I scream for Gabriel?
That's a fact.
How many times did I scream for Partey?
That's a fact.
So why this season am I watching Bailly, Fred, and McTominay? Can somebody explain to me, please? What have I done? What have I done to do that? Okay.
It's not easy. It's not easy, man. It's not easy.
Bruno tries to do too much when there's no need, and no one else is reading the game like he is. I feel like he's trying to be the dictator, and him and Pogba don't know who really is the dictator of the midfield. So in my opinion, Pogba shouldn't be playing as deep. He should be the one that all your attacks, overall, your attacks start with Pogba. He's the one pinging the ball left, right, center, finding the channels. Bruno should be there just to complement that, to assist him. So you got Bruno because you needed someone there that could play on Pogba's level. Fred weren't doing it. McTominay weren't doing it. Matic weren't doing it. No one could really kick the ball like Pogba. Bruno is actually a pretty good footballer in terms of his IQ, in terms of his reading of the game, but he tries to do that wonder pass, that long shot for no reason, skying it back to the fucking Australian man there. Like, he doesn't know what he's doing. And Pogba is trying to dictate, but your players won't want to run in behind. Pogba has no movement. He has no support. This ain't Juve when he was playing with them man at Juve. There's no support. You might got Bruno to assist him. You might got Van de Beek to assist him. Mm-hmm. You guys have a quality midfield, but it's like no one knows what their role is in that midfield. Who's doing what? What's everyone's role?
We're led by clowns, bro. We're led by clowns.
There's no leader. There's no captain. You guys have no captain.
Mm-hmm.
No one that can be like, oh, Bruno, you man need to do this X, Y, Z. There's no leadership. There's no, you know what I mean?
No, 100%, 100%. On that note, we're gonna wrap it up, man, because man, to be honest, I can sit here and slate Man United, especially Ollie. And to do that with Arsenal fans pains me. So yeah, let's wrap this up, boy. Marissa, let the people know when they watch this or when they watch it back or whatever, where they can find you in your socials.
All right, I'm on Twitter at MarissaThomas96. That's where you can find me giving the football opinions and repping the Arsenal.
Gang shit.
Oh, you're Black. You too, man. What are you saying?
Catch me on Twitter, Instagram, Santana Black. The at name is there. Keep posted. Laguna. Since the 90s, I'm out here. Play some leaving music. I got
No, we're doing that, yeah.
Play some music.
Copyright, All right, Coach, man, where can people find you, bro?
You can find me on my personal one at Coach Kojo on Twitter and at Free Midfield on Twitter and Free Midfields on the audios on YouTube as well. You can find me talking about football and when United lose, eating lovely. Yep, we talk about football with fans, journalists. We're trying to get some footballers. Footy Says is another one I'm part of as well. So subscribe to all of that. Listen to us. And when I'm not bitching and moaning about Man United, you see me here bitching and moaning with a plate of jollof rice. So that's how we do things. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't still get a plate, by the way. I ain't still
weight background as well.
Oh, what was that?
I'm saying you're doing the weights as well. You're not talking about football yet. Is that the weights on the bench?
Bro, can't lie to you, yeah. These weights, the one thing I praise Ole for is the fact that when Man United lose, I have enough anger to actually bang weights and get headshots. So he's actually helping me. I'll praise him. I'll praise him for that. Still, he changed my life. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking a bit better now, so it's good.
Man's looking hench because we're losing. All right, guys. all right. Obviously, I'm eating my bits and bobs. Listen, guys, thank you so much for joining me. Blacks, Marissa, seriously. I wasn't looking forward to that, but I enjoyed it. I had fun, man. So thank you. We should do it again. Joe, it's always been a pleasure, bro, speaking with you, man.
Good.
Guys, make sure you like and smash the video. Okay? Speak soon, guys.
See you soon, man. Peace.
All right.